For some reason, society tells you what you need to be happy and or whole. Let's discuss how that can actually get in the way of your happiness. But before that, give me the three freebies. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm your host for the Film and Fair podcast, The Spencer Perspective, and we have work to do. Let's get to it. If you live in America or the US, tell me if this sounds familiar. You got to get married. You have to have a car. You have to have a house. At least 2 children in an atomic shelter. A 30-year career. You retire. People are all around you. Your family that you've created. You've sold your house. You're able to go on vacation for the last 10, 15 years of your life. The twilight years, they call it. Why is that the path that we've all been put on? For some reason, we're not successful unless A, you have a lot of money. B, you have a lot of material wealth. C, you have a lot of wealth. For some reason, you have to get married. For some reason, you have to have children. For some reason, you're not successful unless you have a good, high-paying job with a very nice title that's white collar. We have a lot of constructs that kind of dictates how we're supposed to be happy. You got to go to school, go to college if you want to, make some real money. For some reason, one income used to be able to take care of a whole family. You could work at McDonald's, have a car, go to college, and still have money left over for savings. Even in this day and age, if you have 2 incomes, you can barely take care of yourself. Societal constructs have changed, but not the cost that it takes to actually keep up with society itself. So make that make sense. The cost has increased, but the ability to attain it has not. So you have to work even harder to receive the same exact thing that someone received 30, 40 years ago in the same country, hell, even in the same town. We have to stop thinking that you got to have this hyper hustle culture. You have to have some side job, which that's actually not a bad thing to do. It keeps you busy more mentally than anything else. But do it only because you want to, not because you have to. We live in this society that is backwards. We don't have basic shelter, basic water for everyone to actually survive. It costs you money to try and survive in this world. You come into this world owing it. That's weird. There's no free basic food. No one should be starving in this world. We have billionaires and homeless people in the same city. Basic clothing. We're talking potato sack, not brand. Just good enough to get someone through their seasons. If those 4 things were completely free of charge, you have a place to actually rest your head. Basic water, the basic of food, the basic of clothing. What do you think life would look like? Just think about it. You don't have to work. You work only if you want to. You work only if you want to, get that better tasting piece of food. You work because there's something out there that you want to earn. But if you don't work, you can still fall back on the fact that society is taking care of its own. Don't let the fact that you think you have to chase these things, you have to attain them. Don't let that upset you even if you don't receive them. If you have what you need, trust me, you're doing a whole lot better than 50% of the world. Tell me, you know where your next meal is coming from? Your next glass of water? You resting your head on this nice little soft bed with a pillow? You ain't got nobody running through your house, eating your milk and cookies, and that's a figure of speech. If you don't have those things, you're doing so well. You got socks on your toes, matching shoes. You don't even know that you're grateful. You have all your limbs, both eyeballs. You can taste this food that you're eating. Your heart's beating too fast. You're hard of hearing or breathing. You got to work backwards so that you can actually focus on being grateful. The reason why you don't let society dictate your own happiness is because it will get in the way. Society wants you to do what it had to do for it to get where it is. It had to struggle. You have to struggle. You don't have to. Work hard for what you want, but once you have what you want and the majority of what you need, you're good. Now, if you want to chase and go after grander ideals, make more money, do it because you want to, not because you think you actually have to. This is a short talk. You're becoming more grateful. I'm becoming more grateful. We all are. This is the Firm and Fair Podcast, and I'm out.